valuable lesson, man. I had to grow up. That's why I never asked for help.
Just a little ways east from the nation's political over Maryland. Up next, let's keep it in the NFC for this game between the Arizona Cardinals and the Washington Commanders. Plenty of season left to go. 3 months of football ahead as we are underway here in Week 4. On the return, here comes Rivers. All right, and in the end, Brock, this is going to make it out to the 30.
Ready.
Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10.
Come on. Set. 19. Buffalo 18.
Daniel's going to throw to get us started. And his first offering of the game winds up incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they face 2nd down.
Kate, I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he could do it right there.
Following the incomplete pass, 2nd and 10 now from the 30. He's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. He gets a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
So 1st down from the 41.
Here we go. Like it. Let go.
This is Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, in it for the first time. Ooh, and he is cracked at the tail end of that play. A good hit, but sure would have loved for it to have come earlier as he gets forward a bunch and gets him the 1st down. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Washington 1st down.
Check. Hey. Check. Ready.
Running once again with Krosky-Merritt. He picks up 5 on that 1st down run, brings up 2nd down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that
2nd down give to Krosky-Merritt. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Let's go.
3rd and short, Daniels. Gets his running back. And he's able to get this down to the 36. That one gains 7. And that's going to give the Commanders a 1st down.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
Going on 1st down, Daniels. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And he's going to be touched down at that spot, which means the effort makes it 1st and goal.
And the Washington 1st down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Go! Panther 60, Panther ready.
1st and goal, Krosky-Merritt. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
That sure looks like a terrific call after you dial it up, because the execution was awesome by everybody. You get that kind of run on 1st and goal, it sets the table for more success.
2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone.
Bronco 80. Hut, hut.
Krosky Merritt again. And this time he's got it. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders finish up an excellent opening series. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yeah, yep. Certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ. I'm going to guess so until that defense proves they can stop it.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. The Cardinals with some nice field position to start off this drive. 1st and 10 coming up.
Here we go, set.
On the ground, this is Trey Benson. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL. But it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Snared by the running back. Here's Trey Benson. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Cardinals, first down. A gain of 11 on the play. And the Cardinals first down.
It's Benson on the give. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Makes the grab in bounds left side. The stop is made, but not until he reaches that 17-yard line. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock, so unsurprisingly, that gives him a first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly, you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid.
Down here after that big play, we've got 1st and 10 from the red zone.
19-18.
Working inside the red zone. Looking underneath here, Benson. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
They give on 2nd to Benson. And he couldn't get much there, but what he did get was absolutely crucial. That makes it 1st and goal.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
1st and goal, they're hoping for an opening drive touchdown. Throwing from the gun. Drops this one down here for Williams. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. That tackle made by the rookie from Penn State.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Benson pushing for the end zone, and he lost the football. And it looks like the defense got it. No touchdown. They recover, and this is going to be a touchback.
Man, did those sidelines get loud. I think we all had to figure out what the heck was going on and who recovered the ball. But the minute they see the defense gets it, Kate, look at them. They save 6 points, and they get the ball back for their offense.
Starting on the ground here, Krosky Merritt. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I'd like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Krosky Merritt on the draw. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on second down.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of reaction time you want when you face a draw play. They broke on it shortly after the draw started, and they contained it to a minimal gain.
Dialing up a pass here on third down. That's caught for the first. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. So while they're in the huddle, partner, we've arrived at the end of our first quarter. 7-0 is our score. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this.
On the set.
Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Now here's Keaton Mitchell with the run. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Now run it out of the pistol, Krosky Merritt. And he gets this beyond the midfield stripe and onto the Cardinals side of the field. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a group, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
Completed to his running back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, it's going to make you pay.
So first down from the 41.
Here we go, set. Viking 18.
Mitchell off the pistol give. And sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
60 back. Let's go now. Warrior 70. Cowboy 80. Cup 19. Cup 19. Ready.
Daniels from the pistol. That one falls incomplete, but our attention's still behind the line. He got cleaned after that throw and drew the instant flag. So the good work to defend the pass canceled out by a mistake in the pass rush as they get him for roughing the passer.
Come on. Set. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
Running it after the penalty. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop it behind the line. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Oh, man, these catchers. Look at the guys getting out in front, helping on that screen pass. Get your player in space, your buddies do the rest around you, and a big play follows.
19, Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
It's 3rd and 2. Now Daniels. And he didn't get enough into that throw. That's low and incomplete, so they're going to be facing 4th down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Field goal. A 33-yard attempt.
Moody knocks it through. And they come away with some points on that series.
What a season this guy has had. Yet to miss on a field goal this entire year. And I really hope I didn't just jinx him.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Bronx. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Pretty good field position here for the Cardinals as they get ready 1st and 10. off to Benson to start the drive. And he manages 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. I'll throw it. That's caught by Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And this goes out of bounds as we've got a penalty flag in the backfield, Brock. This could be roughing the passer. Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic 1st down. They'll run here following the penalty. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains in next week.
Throwing on 2nd. Sends this to the end zone. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Picked off Trey Amos.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. All in left side. We'll get him 5 yards as he gets this up to the 25.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down.
Here we go. Cowboy 80.
Just 2 minutes to play here in our opening half. Commanders currently on top here at Northwest Stadium.
Okay, ready?
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Come on. Panther 11. 60 by 6.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Into a crowd, it's intercepted. And the Cardinals have it as he reports the first interception of his young career.
Their first pick of the game comes at an awfully big moment. Really just cancels out all the great work your defense did to give you that ball.
Back to work after throwing the pick. And the defender comes away with it. Keytrell Clark picks it. And the Commanders take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Has room down the left sideline. To the 15. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders grow their lead just before halftime.
I think he'll take his highlights however. He can get him on a handoff, pin-off, pass. It really doesn't matter. The important thing is he gets the ball, he gets the touch, and he can do his damage. Big time.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders take a 3-possession lead.
Cardinals nothing.
The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And he got all on that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Cardinals with some nice field position to start off this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. He's taken down as he takes this to the 38. So a 27-yard pickup on that play. And it's good enough for an Arizona 1st down.
A gain of 27 on the play. 1st down, Cardinals.
Benson now from the gun. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Give that tackle to Johnny Newton.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down.
19 Tigers.
Dropping back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go. And let that pass rush get home.
Offense looking to convert as they come up to the line. Third down. Third and long for him here. Just got it away before they...
DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Fourth down, and on comes the former All-Pro Jake Bailey to punt. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped.
At their own 13-yard line.
Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line.
Let's go. Panther 60. 18 Rattler.
Daniels now on first down. Completed over the middle. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line. Offense in a hurry up here.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 18-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Into the hands of Terry McLaurin. And they're going to be set up with a first down after a nice gain there as he's down by contact. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. First down now, ball at the 33.
At the 33-yard line.
Warriors 70. Go.
Throwing now, Daniels. He puts some air under it deep down the middle. And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left.
Hey, I get it. If any of their pass catchers have what it takes to beat double coverage, it's him. The kids would say, he's him. That defense knew it. That's why they doubled him and knocked it away.
So still 10 to go on second from the 33-yard line.
Tag. 60 Bison. Hurt. 18 Pioneer. 19 Lions.
Back to throw it. Buying some time left. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. Here's the final play of our first half. Well, last play didn't work out too well. Looks like they're going ground game now. They're going to get him again. A couple of stops now, Brock, they've made behind the line. They're going to force fourth down. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Pretty good field position here for the Cardinals as they get ready, 1st and 10. Third quarter underway. Here's Benson. Powering his way forward a bit. Give him about 6 there to begin this drive.
That run may not have gotten you a first. Sure, a nice little run to set the table.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. Setting up to throw. Still going inside the 35. They're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. So a gain of 30 yards on that play. And it's going to give the Cardinals a first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
We made it 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
He's keeping it. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of the defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that first down anyway.
That one's incomplete in the end zone.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and lead teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
He will score. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Trey McBride, the touchdown. Tyler Bass on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cardinals cut the lead down to 10.
Commanders 17, Cardinals 7. Jake Bailey set to
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. On the return, here comes Rivers. And he gets crushed by a big hit. Oh, man. Right at the 25 to end it. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Get it. Cowboy, let's go.
Out of the gun, Daniels. That's caught. It's McLaurin downfield. And the Cardinals are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Well, Brock, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception right there.
We know that no lead in this league is safe ever, ever, ever. A one-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. They all seemingly come down to the final possession anyway. With a whole half of football left, you just can't give away too many possessions like that.
Give them a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
36-yard line.
Back to throw now. Gets him on the end route. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They'll pick up 14 yards on that one. And it's good enough for an Arizona first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
This is Benson. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Ricky Luvu there for the tackle.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Back to throw. Throw caught at the 6. And in for the Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Bass gets the extra point to go. And the Cardinals cut it to a field goal game.
Commanders 17, Cardinals 14.
Ball is set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. On the return, here comes Rivers. Ooh, a big lick from the coverage team there, and that is going to stop things before they can Here comes 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself. He doesn't slide down, and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground.
Pete, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But the net's the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Back to throw. Here's Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's good for a Washington 1st down. So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
39-yard line.
They go inside give to Krosky Merritt. And a nice stop here on 1st down. He gets him 6 before the stop is made.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
Firing quickly out wide, Daniels. And he'll be brought down after getting to the 47-yard line. He gets 6 on that play. And that's going to give the Commanders a 1st down.
Stephanie! Come 19! Mustang 19! 19 Lions! Go!
Daniels back to throw. He's got Jalen Lane. And he's taken down at the 30. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll give it to Krosky Merritt. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Warriors 17, 19, 18.
Daniels now. Ooh, on him quick there, and they bring him to the turf. And that's going to add some distance onto this upcoming 3rd down.
The ultimate team sport still has so many times games within the game, individual battles, and right now, they don't have an answer for this guy. It may be time to turn the line to Chip to find some way to protect the quarterback.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready?
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Brought in along the sideline, just need an official ruling, and they say catch. Great play. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So not only do they not get the result that they wanted, but they're going to lose what could be a very valuable timeout, too.
Ready?
Giving this to Krosky Merritt. And not much for him there. He's down at the 15-yard line. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Ready? Cougar 19.
Here's Daniels. Catch is made in close. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
Another Washington
Bronco 80.
Commanders 1st down. 1st
Here we
and
go,
goal
here we
at the
go.
1-yard line.
Hawk 70. Ready?
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Just a yard, so now it's 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Daniels keeps it himself. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Commanders lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Jaden Daniels with the touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. Mooney knocks that extra point through. And the Commanders make it a 10-point ball game.
Commanders 24, Cardinals 14.
The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinals with some nice field position to start off this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Now begin this drive with Benson. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They're going to try and throw it here. Buys time, rolling right. And as that one winds up incomplete, it brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's Cardinals ball, and they could use a score. They come into the 4th trailing. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Here we go, set. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
Throw here, 3rd down. And is once again incomplete, and consecutive incompletions have now pushed them to 4th down.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
Here he goes. Gotta have this on 4th down. This is Brown, and he's got it downfield. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. So they go for it on 4th, partner, and they get it in a big way, 25 yards. New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. They go play action on 1st down. Rolling deep here for the end zone. Oh, that's a tough one. Couldn't bring in the touchdown clean. It falls incomplete. It's going to be 2nd down.
Plays like that are called twofers. It's why coaches live 2 years for one. All the planning, great play call, careful execution led to that, and it was still dropped to the turf. Touchdown lost.
Taking a chance to the end zone. And it's brought in. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals make it a 4-point game here in the 4th.
There are a couple different ways now. You can win on a fly route. You can just run right by somebody, or you can use that big body, try to win a one-on-one matchup. Whatever way you go about it, this is the type of upside this route can provide.
Raleigh set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Return starts at the 3. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30.
Not ready.
Commanders to the line now, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. Daniels. Short pass brought in. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. As I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
Daniels setting up the play action. Complete out to the right. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
It'll be 3rd down coming up after crafted his defense's third sack of the game.
Okay, that was so good, really, on two levels there defensively. Number one, with an athletic quarterback, you've got to keep him in the pocket. They did. And then more importantly, and in this case, you got to finish him. Job well done.
He'll throw it. They did it. He made the interception. And the Cardinals have some new life in the fourth.
That's just a bad decision, frankly. And really, as a quarterback in this moment of the game, you got to know it's not a time to take a risk. Cannot be throwing out life preservers and giving that other team, your opponent, a chance like he just did.
That played good for, looks like about 6. Second down upcoming.
Taken down at the 33-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
He'll look to throw. Finds Benson out of the backfield. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there. It's what you want your guys to do. To not just catch it and fall down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch it first, but then have a plan to go attack. Be aggressive. Get those yards after catch. That is a job well done.
Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal. They'll run here. It's Benson. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
Forced out to his right. Hits him on the out route. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility. Get outside the pocket and find that open man.
5th DB out there now. Big rep for this defense on 3rd and goal. He's back to throw. Makes the catch. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it, it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Big moment for Tyler Bass here. Angling this one in from the right hash to challenge here. Kicked well, and this is good! And they've tied it up late in the 4th.
The prospect of overtime now, Kate's right on the horizon thanks to that field goal. His mindset, though, well, it's the same as all his teammates out there who are about to take the field. Let's go get this ball back. Let's find a way to win this thing in regulation.
And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
All right, the Washington offense is set. Here comes 1st and 10.
Here we go. Cowboy 80.
Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
As quarterback, Kate, you got to hope that those crumbs don't just lead to the cookie in the passing game. A short scramble like that may open up a bigger one down the road.
One drawn up here for Daniels. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. This one goes for 3 yards. And that's good for a Washington 1st down.
That's good for a Washington 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Ready? Steady.
Completed out to the left on that quick throw. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
A good RPO play, it takes a lot of timing, proper decision-making from a calm, cool, collected offense. Well, that one didn't have any of it.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
Here he is to throw. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. He'll get 16 yards on that play. And that's going to give the Commanders a 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Trap 50, trap 19, Charger 19, Panther 11, Panther 11. Ready.
Back to throw. going to take this down to the 31 before he gets taken down. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
Another Washington first down.
Mitchell gets it from the gun. He has room past the 25. And they're going to get just inside that red zone on the big play down to the 19. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Washington first down.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Let's go. Bronco in. Riggs.
Going to the ground again on first. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down. Arizona goes ahead and calls its 2nd timeout. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Krosky Merritt straight ahead. Finds a small seam. That's good for 5. Make it 3rd down. The Cardinals are going to use the last of their timeouts. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Coming to the line for their 9th play of the drive. This is 3rd and 3.
60 Eagles, 60.
They're going to run again here with Krosky Merritt. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal. The Commanders take a timeout. It's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. They're all set up for the game winner. Let's see how they approach it, starting with this 1st and goal. 1st and goal, Krosky Merritt. And he gets absolutely pumped to end that one. Washington calls it 2nd timeout. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
2nd and goal.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Check out.
Mitchell. He can't quite pass that line. They stuck him at the 3. Only a yard that time. A defensive stand brewing here, and it brings up 3rd and goal. So they're going to go ahead and call a timeout here. Only 3 seconds left in the game. So everything comes down to this from Jake Moody. Only a 20-yarder here. Oh, looks like the defense got a little too excited there, and that's going to be a penalty. Last thing they wanted to do was make this field goal try easier, but they were jumpy, and they did just that.
For the field goal, a 19-yard attempt.
That one is good! And barring the unexpected, that's going to be your game winner.
Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
So no return this time. This is going to go for a touchback, Brock. Let's see what they do with this final snap.
At their own 20-yard line.
Arizona offense looks ready to go. Here's 1st and 10. One final shot here. Trying to push deep downfield. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So score this as a win for the Commanders. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Commanders, as with that, we sign off from D.C.